Doctors, what's something a patient did you'll never forget? My doctor told me to stop playing doctor on the internet, so I got my diagnosis published in a medical journal instead. For 2 years, I was falling apart. I had debilitating fatigue, nerve pain, and a dozen other strange symptoms that no one could explain. I was eventually referred to Dr. Alastair Finch, a renowned specialist with an ego the size of the hospital he worked in. He ran a few standard tests, found nothing, and then patted me on the arm. "It's likely just stress, maybe a touch of hypochondria," he said with a condescending smile. On my third visit, after I came in with a folder of research and notes, he cut me off. "Please stop playing doctor on the internet, it's not helping." I was desperate, so I did the only thing I could. I dove deeper into the internet. I found an online community for people with undiagnosed illnesses. We weren't playing doctor, we were a collective of desperate patients sharing lab results, symptom logs, and research papers. Through meticulous data sharing and 4 months of obsessive work, we found a pattern. A small group of us shared a specific set of rare symptoms that pointed to a newly identified genetic disorder. It was so new that most doctors hadn't even heard of it. I found a research paper describing it, and in the footnotes, I saw it. Dr. Finch had co-authored a scathing editorial in a major medical journal a year earlier, calling the initial research on this very disorder sensationalist and unfounded. He hadn't just missed it, his ego had actively rejected it. I knew I couldn't just show him the paper. He'd never admit he was wrong. So I decided to use his own system against him. I spent another month writing. I took my entire medical history, my symptom logs, my lab results, and I wrote them up as a formal, anonymous case study. I titled it A Patient-Led Investigation into a Novel Genetic Disorder. I submitted it to the New England Journal of Medicine, one of the most prestigious journals in the world, and one I knew Dr. Finch despised as a professional rival to the one he always published in. 3 months later, I got an email. It had been peer-reviewed and accepted for publication. I booked one last appointment with Dr. Finch. I sat on the exam table in the paper gown. He walked in, clipboard in hand, ready to dismiss me again. I didn't say a word. I just reached into my bag, pulled out a printed copy of the published article, and placed it on the counter in front of him. He glanced at the title, then at me. His arrogant smirk faltered. "I believe patient 0 is me," I said quietly. The color drained from his face. He just stood there, staring at the paper, the professional mask completely shattered. His clinic now has a mandatory second opinion policy for all undiagnosed patients, personally funded by a grant in his name. He has to read his own name on the policy that exists only because he was wrong.